Let me help you out with some of your hair disasters. So this is Julia. Let's talk about Julia's situation. So 2 days ago, she asked her stylist to do a darker glaze over her subtle highlights to go back to her hazelnut brunette color. However, the glaze was way too dark and it had some red tones to it. The stylist said that the highlights would reappear after a bit, but when she searched it up, it said the highlights would look different. Okay, that's probably true. It probably will look a little different. It never goes right back to what you originally had. Like, it'll never fade out that way because you have a new color on top of it that is breaking down and fading in its own way. Therefore, the color is never gonna look exactly like how it looked before. I just want to be back to my natural shade. I hate how dark and red my hair is now. I'm pretty sure the highlights that we did before, they didn't use bleach. What should she do in order to get rid of how dark it is and the reddish glaze? And this is a tough one, guys, and there's a couple reasons for this. One, when your hair is too dark and it's really red, if you want to get back to your lighter natural color, it'll never fully get there because hair color will always fade warm. It'll never fade cool. So if you started with your natural hair as a cooler tone, like if you put a darker, warmer tone on top of it, it's not going to fade to cool. It's just going to continue fading warm. It's really hard to mimic natural hair color because the reflex of natural hair color, like sometimes it's not cool, sometimes it's not warm. It's really hard to mimic that in hair color, and even if you do, it never really stays that way. The best thing I can do here is, like, one, if it's too dark, you're gonna need to pull some of that out. So what I would start with is like a clarifying shampoo, something like that, to just help eliminate, like, wash your hair more often, and maybe use like a dish soap, something like that, to kind of like pull out the color as much as possible. And then I would go in with either a blue shampoo, because that will neutralize any of the reddish kind of tone, reddish orange tones. Or I have another option. Or you can go in with a color depositing mask. This one's called Cool Espresso by Wella. It's a color fresh depositing mask. So what it's gonna do, it's in replacement of your conditioner, and it's a treatment that goes on your hair that will actually darken your hair. So this is what it looks like after using it. So you can see it's not warm, there's no red tones. What the espresso tone will do is kind of neutralize any of it. The only problem that you might find with something like this is that I don't know how your hair was to start. So if your hair is like a lighter brown like mine, it's gonna make it like darker like that. So I don't know if you want that, but at least there'll be no red. If not, just go for the blue shampoo, and that'll help to just eliminate some of the red.